March Madness 2015, and out of the South region, we had the number 5 seeded Utah Utes versus the number 4 seeded Georgetown Hoyas. And what a game this was, as this one came down to the wire. It was a close game in the first half. It was tied up 32 going into halftime. Then in the second half, every time the Utes looked like they were going to push the lead, Georgetown came right back. They kept tying the game up, but then with 3 minutes left, just less than 3 minutes left, Brandon Taylor hit a huge three-pointer for Utah, and then Georgetown responded with a jumper from Smith-Rivera, and it was a 5-point game at that point. Georgetown took a timeout, Utah took a timeout, and coming out of the double timeout, Dakarai Tucker made a layup, and then he came up with a big defensive board after Copeland missed a three. He went to the line, he made both free throws, then Smith-Rivera would toss up a three for the Hoyas. He missed. Dallin Wright came up with the big defensive board. He went to the line, was 1 for 2, and that was 5 straight points for the Utes, and that put them up by 10 with about a minute and a half left to play. And that would be the difference as the Utes kept going to the line and kept coming up with clutch free throw shooting. Loveridge, Taylor, Tucker coming up big down the stretch, and the Utes win this game by 11 with the final score 75-64. So the free throw shooting by the Utes gets them past the Hoyas. They were also shooting from a high percentage from three-point land and from the field, as they shot 57.9% from the field versus just 43.6% from the field for the Hoyas. The Utes also shot 57.1% from downtown versus just 36% from downtown for Georgetown. And in this game, there wasn't a lot of defensive boards. It was pretty close on the glass. Georgetown did cause twice as many turnovers, but the Utes came up with more than twice as many blocks, although it was 6-3 on the steals, 3-1 on the blocks. But a big difference for Utah was their bench, as their bench combined for 23 points. Dakarai Tucker had 11 points and 5 boards off the bench for the Utes, and Dallin Bachynski, try to say that name right. It's a little bit difficult. Sorry about that. He had 9 points and 8 boards off the bench and a block for Utah. 1 point, 2 boards shy, the double-double. And for their starting 5, they had 4 of their starting 5 score in double digits. Brandon Taylor had 14, 3 boards, 5 assists, and a steal. Dallin Wright had 12 points, 5 boards, 5 assists, 1 steal, and a block. Jacob Pulte had 12 points and 1 board and a block. Jordan Loveridge had 10 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist. And Chris Ray's had 4 points and a steal to round things out for their starting 5. But their free throw shooting from the foul line, they had 23 foul shots made to make 71.9%. It was 23 for 32. Not necessarily a high percent, but a high volume of free throws. And they said they shot over 70%. Georgetown actually shot from a higher percentage, 77.8% from the foul line, but they only went to the line 9 times. So Utah was bringing the pressure. They were driving to the net. They were picking up the fouls, and that was what enabled them to upset Georgetown. Not a huge upset. It's a 5-4, but still technically an upset, when you look into the numbers. But either way, Utah is dancing on to the Sweet 16, where they will be playing the winner of Duke versus San Diego State. That game will be on day 2 of the round of 32. But either way, Utah is going to be playing the winner of that game on Friday, March 27th in the Sweet 16. But as for this game, Utah wins by 11 with the final score, Utah 75, Georgetown 64.